Hello friends, in the present video, we will see about mode of shear failures. Mode of shear failure. So, in general, whatever may be the type of the footing or whatever may be the type of foundation, normally there is observed that three types of failures that are possible. And first one is about general shear failure. General shear failure. So normally denoted by using GSF, and second one is local shear failure. Local shear failure. So denoted by using LSF, and third one is nothing but a punching shear failure. Punching shear failure. From the GATE exam point of view, we have to by heart the characteristics of the each type of failure. That means for which type of soil it may occur, and what are the properties of the failure. Okay, if you can by heart it, then that is more than enough. So first let us go through the general shear failure. General shear failure. Okay, let us say our first point is that it can occur for which type of soil. So normally this failure will occur medium to dense, soils, or else we can say it as a stiff soils. Okay, so for if there is, it doesn't matter whether it is a clay, gravel, doesn't matter. If it is a medium to dense, or else if it is a stiff soil, generally this type of failure will occur. That means, let us say, if this is the ground surface, let me draw it just below of it. Suppose let us consider this is your footing. Okay, now this is the level of foundation, and because of this failure, what is happens that the failure will be like this. So whatever the soil that is near the level of foundation, that will bulge out. Bulge out means it will come out of the soil. Okay, suppose if you draw a graph, so what are the properties of this, that and all we will see while seeing the equation. Suppose if you draw load versus settlement, there the curve may look like this. Okay, so in the second point, well defined slip surface can see on both sides of footing. As we can see, suppose if any structure or if any footing is failed by the GSF, means see, these are the well-defined slip surface. These can be observed clearly if it is a general shear failure. And the next point, a sudden failure will occur. A sudden failure occur by tilting of foundation. The tilting is depending again upon the type of the structure and the arrangement of the columns. Okay, only the thing we have to understand that a sudden failure will occur. And the next point is that bulging. Bulging means that the surrounding soil will come out of it. So that is what called the bulging. Bulging of ground surface occurs before failure. Okay. And suppose if you see the load versus displacement curve, as your settlement is increasing, as your load is increasing, your settlement is also increases. But at some point of the time, the curve is changing its sign. So this point is called the load carrying capacity of the soil. That means here the important thing is that we will have well defined point, well defined failure point will exist. This is what very important point. So they may ask you for one more question. If it is a general shear failure, if you see the load versus settlement curve, there will be some well defined point. That means this is what considered as a ultimate capacity of the soil. So well defined failure point will exist. So it will occur for medium to dense soils. Well defined slip surface will exist. Sudden failure will occur, and also important point is bulging of the ground surface will also occur. Okay, these are the important points that you have to by heart it. Okay, next go to the second type of failure. What is it? Second type of failure? Local shear failure. Local shear failure. How you will represent it? Normally LSF. So if you see the important points here, general shear failure that occurs for medium to dense soils and for stiff soils. Here it occurs in normally loose sands and soft clays. Normally occurs with these type of soils. And here, like in the previous case, here also well defined slip surface will be visible, just like in the previous case also. But here the slip surface will not be visible. Slip surface will not be visible beyond the level of foundation. Beyond the level of foundation. That means, suppose see here, let us see in this diagram. If you see, the slip failure is almost crossing the level of foundation. So, even without excavating the soil, if it is a shear failure, we can see what is the slip surface that is beyond the level of foundation also. But if it is a local shear failure, suppose if I draw how the failure will occur, let us say this is the 40 and this is the level of foundation, the failure may occur up to like this only. That means this slip surface will not touch the level of foundation. That is what it represents here. And next point is that well-defined failure point may not occur. Okay. Suppose if you draw a load versus settlement curve, suppose let us say this is the load x on the x-axis, on the y-axis we are taking the settlement, and this is where we are drawing it for local shear failure. Then the curve may be somewhere like this. Okay, not exactly here. Let me draw it once again. There will be some uniform shape after that. See, in some cases, this well-defined point, if you see here, what is the change in curvature? At this point, the curvature of the graph is changing. So here we can define as at this point, failure will occur. But in all the cases, this point exactly may not be visible. Okay. But in a general shear failure, definitely we can see the well-defined failure point. But in lock and shear failure, we will observe, but that is not up to 100% extent. Okay. So the next point is bulging of soil mass. Bulging of soil is in less magnitude compared to general shear failure. So already we have discussed the soil that is surrounding the foundation that will come out if it is the failure occurs. So whatever the soil mass that will come out compared to the GSF, but in local shear failures that will be in the lesser magnitude. Okay, these are the points that we have to by heart in the local shear failure. Okay, next, what is the last type of failure we'll see? Punching shear failure. Punching shear failure. So normally these type of failures will see in the deep foundations. We will not see in the shallow foundations. Only this type of failure will occur in the deep foundation. So this type of failure will occur in poor soils, like it is a very soft soils. Very soft, instead I have to say very soft clays. Okay. Next, here well-defined slip surface will not occur. That means we cannot exactly see what is the failure slip surface. Okay. And what happens is that suppose if you construct a deep foundation like this, let us assume this is the level of foundation. So what happens is that this entire footing or this entire pile will simply move in the downward direction. That means the surrounding soil will not be affected. Only the entire pile, this itself will directly moves below the level of foundation, just like this. So if you draw load versus settlement curve, so the settlement curve will be like this. There will not be any well-defined surface point. Okay. Cannot observe well-defined failure point. That's it, you have to remember corresponding to the punching shear failure. So this again we will discuss in the deep foundation chapter. Okay. Now, general shear failure, local shear failure, punching shear failure. So in shallow foundation, there are two types of failures occur. What are they? General shear failure and local shear failures. This punching shear failure will occur only in the deep foundation. Just by heart these points and compare one in another. Okay, that's it. This is more than enough for the GATE exam point of view. Okay, thank you.